Hello, everybody. Welcome to A.R.O.S.E from Concrete. My name is Vincent Williams. I'm your host. Last episode, I told you about the afternoon my heart stopped 4 times. The paramedics crying, the doctor telling me I was blessed to be here. And I meant every word of it. But today I have to be honest with you about what happened next. Because if I only told you the inspiring part and left out what came after, I wouldn't be serving you justice. I'd just be performing for you. And that's not what this channel is about. The honest part is, I went back to the streets after everything. After my heart stopping 4 times, after 4 days in ICU, after the doctor looking me in my eyes telling me I was blessed to still be alive, I still went back. Now I need you to understand something before you judge that. When the streets is all you know, when that's the life you built, the relationships, the only system that's ever worked for you, surviving a near-death experience doesn't automatically hand you a new life. It gives you a second chance. Now, what you do with that second chance is still your decision. And at that point in my life, I didn't have the tools yet to make a different one. But what did change after the overdose was that the fear was gone, all of it. And without fear driving me, something else started rising. That quiet voice I had been hearing for years. The one that kept saying that this is not the life for you. That you were meant for something more than this. Yeah, that voice got louder. I just didn't know what to do with it yet. The turning point, which I could say which was a turning point, happened when I was arrested and eventually sent to prison. Now I know that how that sounds. Most people hear that and think that's the worst thing that could have happened. But in actuality, and I know it might sound crazy, but coming to prison was the best thing that happened because it set me on the path that I'm on now. Prison finally made me stop, not because of the walls forced me to, but because for the first time ever, I had silence, real silence. No hustling, no escape route, just me. No way to run from myself. And the truth of my own life sitting right in front of me every single day. And in that silence, I made a decision. I told myself, I am going to be one of them people that leave prison and make $1 million. The right way. Not the same way I had been trying to get it, a different way, with a different attitude and a different mind. Then came my first week in DOC, and I found a book, or should I say that book found me. And that book was called The Science of Getting Rich by W.D. Wattles. I picked it up and I started reading and never put it down. I read that book over and over again, every single day. That book gave me an epiphany to 3 words. Thoughts become things. That's it. 3 words. Thoughts become things. And underneath them was this idea that with desire, faith, and purpose, and doing things in a certain way, that it was mathematically certain for anybody to become rich. Simple as 2 + 2 = 4. I remember reading that and stopping, and because that's when something clicked that I hadn't been able to articulate before. I looked at my life, where I was sitting at, what I had been through, every outcome I had produced, and I realized that my thoughts was creating all of it. Not my circumstances, not my environment, not what other people did or didn't do for me. It was my thoughts. And if my thoughts had been producing these outcomes, then changing my thoughts would produce different outcomes. That was the moment it clicked. Not the overdose, not the ICU, not the arrest. That moment in a prison cell with a green and gold book. Understanding for the first time that I had been the one holding myself back, not the concrete. And that meant I was also the one who could break through. After that book, I consumed everything I could find. Napoleon Hill, Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn. I listened to Lewis Howes' podcast, School of Greatness, and Andre Norman's podcast, Second Chance University. Now, what inspired me about Andre Norman was here was a man that had been locked up and earned a degree from Harvard University and built a platform helping people transform their lives. Now, one day I was watching an episode of his masterclass on the tablet that they issue us in DOC. And in that episode, he said, if you want to be considered an expert in something, you have to write a book. I went to writing. I didn't think about it. I didn't put it on the list. I didn't wait until I was ready. I started writing. And that book is now finished. That book is called A.R.O.S.E from Concrete, with the acronym of A, which is awareness, R, which is resilience, O, which is optimism, S, which is strategy, E, which is elevation. And here's what I want you to take from this episode. You might be in a season right now where if you survived something and then gone right back to what was familiar, and you might be carrying shame about that. Don't. That just means you didn't have the tools yet. And if you stay open, and if you keep searching, if you don't close your mind to the possibility that something, a book, a podcast, a conversation, a moment of silence, can change everything. For me, it was a book in a prison cell. For you, it might be this video. Stay open. Now, next episode, I'm going to take you inside the process that I use from a prison cell to create my vision. The exact process I use to create such a vivid vision of what I call future memories. So real, so detailed, that it stopped feeling like imagination and it started feeling like something I had already lived. So subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and also hit the like button and share it, because somebody out there is in the middle of their own going back moment and they need to know this is not the end of their story. I'm Vincent Williams, and I arose.